Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, have you ever seen a hug that wasn't just, like a hug? There was more than just a casual grab and pat, but there was a true emotion, a joy, a thankfulness, a gratitude to a hug, and how that hug is different. It kind of embraces and it kind of engulfs everything that was there. Yesterday, I had the privilege of being a part of a story that kind of had a hug right in the middle of it that said so much that words can't say. And as Jay and I debriefed what God is doing here, we realized that there is a spiritual story happening here that you friends on Facebook can appreciate and love, and we hope you experience. And I'm going to just tease you along with that story for a minute and say there's more to come on this story. It's going to be awesome, and we're going to invite you to be a part of some special things with this hug. But there's some verses here in the Bible that really speak to our idea this week, big idea of just love them. In Matthew chapter 25, Jesus talks about the end times, and I know a lot of people really get into the end times. But this is probably my favorite passage in the whole Bible about the end times, and it says this: when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, the sheep, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or need clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." The other group that he goes on to talk about in Matthew 25 is the goats. And they're the ones who ignored the needs around them. And what they inherited wasn't that awesome. So today, as we seek to be these sheep who follow the shepherd, I want to encourage you, take some time to look at Matthew chapter 25, verses 31 through 46 today, and think about how you might change somebody's life. It might lead to a great hug. It might lead to something very spiritually significant. And who knows? You just might be embracing the great shepherd himself. I hope you have a great Friday, and Sunday's coming.